zviri practical here zvekupfeka muna 2024 saka ngavasungu saka tavati vauye pano vadefenda fashion yavo vakatadza kudefenda takutoenda navo kajerike kuseri safm tonovavharira kunze
right.
Yeah, saka regai tinzwe kuti vanoti nenyaya yefashion yavo inyanya iyoyo outfit yavo yemabaskets avanga vakapfeka ototi mamats ekuchimani-mani was it bachelor break? Yeah.
Maybe to start off with, we need to acknowledge that the first form of dress that we all have is the skin. Our skins must be healthy. And again, when you come to talking about fashion, I've always been a fashion maverick, so to speak, where I break rules because I've conformed to order and standards as a minister and bishop for many years, ties and three-piece suits and polished shoes and stuff like that. I know.
So you were conforming to the acceptable standard.
Man, I understand couture at a level that could actually be intoxicating. With everything that goes with it. I lived there. But then I discovered that while I'm doing that, I'm actually taking my hard-earned cash and I'm giving it back to the same people who are supposed to have colonized me. So what am I free from? Where I'm just free to sing a national anthem and etc. But I'm not free to explore the depth and width of our indigenous art, culture, fashion, clothes, music, and everything that goes with that. So I live in that space where I constantly am looking for the technologies and the sciences of the past and seeing how best we can bring that forward. I mean, I'm sitting in front of you right now. I got this in Uganda.
Okay.
All right, this is made out of bark. It's a bark of a tree. We call it bark cloth. Fanaka mitondo ne misasa. Now, kwa chumani vanoshandisa mivuyu, which is the baobab tree. What I discovered there, genius, those people are geniuses. Technology of taking those pieces, put them in a certain mill in some certain way, flatten them up. We can come up with concepts of curtains, we can come up with car seats, you can come up with clothes, you can come up with mats. Right now they're using it for mats. And I'm thinking mats is only one of the products that is coming out of a raw material that is already available in Zimbabwe. And why can't we convert some of these things into fashion? So yes, I was putting on a mat, I just got a brilliant idea. I said, how are you harvesting this? When I went home, I did it myself with my own hands, literally put that thing together and boom. People saw the humor of me putting on a mat. Maponga Joshua my mat. Science.
The science behind.
A mat. The question is it only limited to mats? Or we can expand this to many other products?
Okay. So in terms of sustainability, when it comes to you just also building the fashion from the trees, from
skins.
Skins. Is it viable? Is it doable?
I mean, we all have leather seats in our cars.
Yeah.
We all have, it's an unending reserve. And what's beautiful about this kind of fashion is you are putting on a tree, but the tree is still alive. You are connected to that which you are putting on. It's a conservation concept. And how now that I know that actually baobabs don't just give us mabuyu ne yogurt, but they can also give us clothes. Is it possible that people can begin to do business of planting more baobab trees rather than cotton? But of course, I'm not a weak person.
Yeah.
I'm not a weak person.
So
but idea those mats. I think they take about 5 or 6 or 8 of those and then they make the mat so that it's nice and thick. Had I been there longer, I would have said maybe let's use 2 or 3 so that it's thinner. It reduces the weight of the mat itself. Then you can actually be able to manipulate it even better. Or even better, it is to maybe line up like I've seen them do in Mali and in Gambia further up north, where you can rather put either nylon things, then you take this back cloth and you work on between the things, and you can actually come up with a huge piece of cloth where you can get your mud cloth. And weaving. And I'm saying we are missing it. I wish I could know the budget of Zimbabwe as a nation. How much do we spend per year buying clothes? And of that amount, how much of that amount is going to local hands local. I'm not talking about seamstresses who go to India, material. I'm talking about the value chain. Who is planting or who is farming the silk? Who is processing it? Who is now manufacturing it? Who is retailing it? And now who is making clothes out of it? So that whole value chain of clothes in Zimbabwe, it's lost altogether. Because we don't even appreciate. I left my other shirt, I should have brought it for you. I have a shirt I bought from Jamaica, made out of marijuana fiber.
Wow.
Now this other guy was saying, no, I need that marijuana shirt while we are traveling because I want to smoke it. I said, now I'll smoke it too. I have another shirt I bought in the Philippines.
So it's interesting. I actually saw a clip yesterday of people making stuff out of marijuana.
Yeah.
Yes.
That fiber, and that fiber is the strongest, by the way. They use for aviation and aerodynamics, for spaceships and stuff like that. Some of the materials they use actually for these out of space drones and whatever, these jets and they actually use fiber material. I have another shirt I also bought from Philippines.
What is it? Like your wardrobe? What does it look like?
Marijuana shirt.
No, your wardrobe.
My wardrobe.
Yes, yeah.
Madness. It's madness. It has it's a full collection. It's a actually I think maybe it's a museum.
Yeah, it is.
The day I will collapse, I just hope someone who understands what I was trying to do can actually show me putting on a suit and then let people travel with me in my journey to fashion. I got a shirt from Philippines made out of pineapple fiber. Those things that you throw away here, pineapple.
Yeah.
When you throw makanda choya wohwa and they're beautiful. All those nice Filipino shirts that you see that are like shiny.
Yeah.
That's pineapple.
So fashion is beyond cotton and leather
And
and the acceptable standard.
we miss it because our fashion must be organic in that it speaks to our environment. We use what we have in abundance. Weather and temperatures also affect us, neighboring countries and etc. The whole fashion is a dynamic space because you can. Here we are looking like that, dressed up like that. A bit of New York, a bit of China wear, a bit of this. It's a meeting place. You are United Nations when it comes to dressing.
Yeah.
Maybe hair is from Peru. The shirt is from India, the jacket is from Paris, the shoes are from Brazil, and etc. So every time you dress up, you must know someone else out there is making money out of your need.
I'm gonna say, okay, that's a very nice presentation, and I have to say, Guti, I don't think I'm gonna arrest you, but actually maybe we will need more information from you, and maybe we
So
may
the
need
investigation continues.
the investigation. Yeah, the investigation might continue, but I'm gonna say to the Gen Z generation or the AMA 2000 that maybe we should arrest those so that maybe they should, learn.
Actually, we must arrest. Ask me for what?
For what? Yeah.
We must arrest them. Number one, for negligence.
Okay.
We must arrest them for unemployment. We must arrest them for laughing at an old man who is giving them ideas. I wonder why we could be sitting here as a new generation talking about employment when Mbuya Wakuna Mawako Warikuchimani is actually in this business. And you are an engineer from the University of Zimbabwe. And it has not even dawned on you to go back home with your engineering technology and see how can you enhance what. And by the way, these maths, akatoendesa vamwe vana kumauniversity nokuzvikoro apedza chikoro chacho ndo akundisaka mumafacebook mudhara sungai mudhara kupenga kuzhambanje asi wakadzidziswa nemari yamametsiwa. So how do you go back and invest in your parents' business and beneficiate that and create value chains that can begin to affect the entire world of fashion and the tapestry which comes with it.
So also, the Gen Z also, we're asking, okay, he's wearing that, but they're also asking, what about... All right, but also the other concern was, so what about, the undergarments, underwear? What are you going to use? Is it going to be underwear?
But basket, you are raising quite an important subject.
It is.
And because you are talking to an informed person, I will not say it's a weak question. It's a very strong question. The issues of bras that ladies use that have silicone in them, and when you sweat, and your sweat, body sweat, and your open pores come in contact with those plastics and etc. that are next to your breast. There's a small little research which you can go further and find out that part of the breast cancer issue is actually a result of the absorption of the body when it comes to silicones. go into your pads, the ones that you're using, and your underwears. Sensitive areas, we are using plastic in some of those spaces. At the end of the day, are we healthier, looking fashionable, when we look smart on the outside, but we're sick on the inside?
What's the African alternative?
African alternative, yokutanga, varume vose vari kuita male erectile dysfunction disorder iyai inokonzerwa nokupfeka maunderwear anombambashira osundidzira yokera kumuviri. So those are the public statements. I can't say much, but maunderwear anombambashira vakomana vane zvimabhuruku zvinoshinya, zvimabhuruku zvavanopfeka zvama 2000 zviya, unoona chinhu chakati mbi chakashinya. Temperature yeyokeredzi dzenyasi idzi inofanira kunge iri 2 degrees less than the body. So if you know that, now you come back to your fashion and say, what kind of underwear for men can we design that will allow the gentleman to hang, as it were. So there's a solution for that in terms of making another garment. But if I'm putting on that stuff, I don't need to put anything underneath, because they must hang. They must hang. That's why they're actually putting. That's why they're put right there. Yeah. So there's no. But for ladies, I don't know much about ladies, but there should surely be a way in which we can create those skin sort of durable kind of underwear that is much more.
What would it take for people to embrace this sort of style? You know, that you don't.
Now, actually, like I'm happy now for in the food industry. Interesting. Kana makuverenga newspaper no internet. Kunzi izvinokonzera cancer. Zvinokonzera mapiles nemafibroids. Organic food is now better. GMOs. Vanhu as COVID yanga yakanaka. Nokuti yakakurwa imba makumeso. Tinoteta Jesu nemweya mutsvene orore. COVID novhati ngi kwaizumbani vakomana. Ndakasangana nomufundisi akabata chigubhu. Achichukucha chigubhu mufundisi kati zvadii mufundisi kai vakomana zvaipa vakomana. So I don't think we are that stupid and naive that we must wait for crisis and to be told by a colonialist that actually organic indigenous clothes are far much more healthier than the Chinese clothes. Because no kind of China musango chazvose vanotogadzira nyanga mazai ari fake, nama noodles are fake, nhumbi dziri fake. So you ask yourself, why are we so excited about the look of things to have our stomachs full of food but empty of health? Why do we want to look so sexy yet we are sick in the inside? So our clothes must be healthy. Our clothes must be healthy, and it's sustainable. It's organic. It is natural. And Kanye West, he's up to something. He's up to something good. Maponga J,
But I guess it's the same is said about
Jesus akaenda kugomo, wantusangana na Mwari. Ereja akaenda kugomo, wantusangana na Mwari. Mose akaenda kugomo, waona Mwari. Wakaenda kubwizi, vanopapatidzwa mweya mutsvene waburuka. Maponga waenda kubwizi, wantsvaka mweya manjuzu. Maponga waenda kugomo. What's wrong? Are these not concrete caves?
Yeah, but then could he say
I was downloading very critical files.
So it's only for a short while.
If I had my way, less the wife and children, I'd actually I have a beautiful home in South Africa. I have a beautiful home here. I have farms, etc. Just not an issue. I can live there. But I feel, was it not of these attachments or expectations? I think my kids are almost done with school, so it's much better. But I would love moments of silence. I think maybe you're lucky to find me still talkative. A few years from now, I think I'm going to take a vow of silence and just melt away into my side. That's what I did in the caves.
Okay. How does your family take this? Like, do they also buy into your school of thought when it comes to fashion, food, culture, and everything? This is nice. My family, I've spoken to them very, very sternly that as long as I've not killed anybody and I've not caused anyone. But can you imagine my mother? Moro Jesh, Kanja Mchembe. My uncle, I'm 56 now. Got my age, no track keep a Facebook. That's the no P Mupe. Wow, what a session. We're gonna put the picture on our profile, our DP as well. And we're live on Facebook. But then you still embrace technology, which is good. What do you think about
that's the whole idea,
Yeah.
to think that actually our ancient world was not technologically inclined. That you go to places like the Great Zimbabwe, many people go there just to look at the stonework.
Yeah.
I don't. I go there to ask questions. What kind of tools did they use to cut these things? I hear that
Because it was advanced.
I hear Zimbabwe was selling gold to the Phoenicians and the Chinese 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th century. And I'm asking myself, how did they know it was gold? What machinery did they use to dig it? What machinery did they use to purify it? Because they were not coming in to pick up raw gold. They were coming in to pick up processed gold. What chemicals were they using to clean and so when you look into the ancient past, less that we no longer have access to our sites because the colonialists came there first to harvest what was there in terms of, so all we have remaining are pieces of evidence to say there was a construction site here.
I wish we had more time. You really
Civil
asked
engineers were here.
the right questions, eh?
Tigadzira
Unfortunately,
program yakanaka ndiuye une nguva
And
timbobuleziya.
Aiwa, I think those are Sarah Zozo. Tinokutenda
Chakuvigira rako dekwi, chakuvigira rako. Iwe chakuvigira underwear yeleather.
Thank you so much. Star FM, that's Chagamiri, the Bishop, the Doctor, Joshua Maponga, Galaxy Fashion with Petreace.